Abundance in family, how are you guys doing today? Well, I know I said to you that I wouldn't be doing any more videos within the shortest possible time based on what has happened recently. But guys, I have been painting these walls and I said, you know what? I need to show you guys exactly what it means in terms of preparation. And there was something that kept nagging me about preparation and preparation and preparation, because most people only see the final product and they don't understand the product, the challenges that go through bringing that product to its final stage that people could look. You look at basketballers, you look at footballers, as a matter of fact, sports personalities on the whole, and you would see them on that playing field producing magnificently. But most of us do not know the type of work that goes into what brings that success. Some of you may find time, or because you may know me and know the family, may come by to visit sometime, and you may find that the wall looks so beautiful, the house looks so beautiful, so properly painted. But you have to understand the work that goes into bringing the final product. And some of you have great dreams. Some of you want to be lawyers, doctors, whatever it is. Some of you want to get into stuff, but what type of preparation is being put into those things before you get to that place? Let us think about marriage. Some of us want to get married, or some of us have been married, or some of us are having challenges in our marriages. The question is, what was the preparation like? You could probably take for the husband or for the wife. What type of living, what kind of surroundings they grew up in? Were they prepared for marriage? Did they have the right foundation? Did they clean out some of the stuff that needed to be cleaned out before we get into that relationship, that communion, that covenant of marriage? And so it's very, very important that we cover some of these bases before we get into that next step. So what do you want to achieve? Is it a new job? Are we making the necessary preparations in terms of updating our resume? But let us take a bit on marriage. Let's say for some reason at all, you were married or are married, and you realize that you are having difficulty in your marriage because the necessary preparation for the marriage wasn't there. Let's say you grew up in a single home. Mother alone raised you, or father alone, or you grew up by some aunt. And in that house, that environment that you grew up, the right example for what a married person should be like was not in that home. And so you grew up under all these false premises as to what a marriage should be like. Guess what would happen? Sometime during the course of your marriage or my marriage or whatever the marriage is, you recognize now you start having issues. The question is, where did the issue start? Is this a problem of what just you all are having, or is it a problem of what preparations that were made prior to marriage? And if you are at that place now, let's say for example, because me painting this wall, I would have had a professional painter painting the house. What did I do? Days after days, because he's here for more than a month, I would just look at the scales, the way he's holding the brush, the amount of paint he's applying, what he did before he started to paint the wall. I am not going to do the final part of this wall because I do not have that skill as yet. But what I know is that I got something from him because I learned that. So even in our marriages, we need to find people who have been having successful marriages in order to guide us. More so, I remember him telling me that I need 3 5-gallon of these to paint the wall. I was like, why must I buy so much paint, so much primer to prime the walls? He is the professional. I went and I bought 2. Now I've only done a section of the wall so far and a portion of the wall to the front of the house. And if you think, guys, that I'm going to show you the front of the house and the entire surrounding of the house, no, this is not DIY TV or HD TV or your crib. No, this is not what this is about. This is about the Abundant Seed family bringing some life lessons that we should think about and know. So there it is. I went and I bought 2 5-gallon buckets of primer. I'm almost halfway through the first bucket and I haven't covered 50% of the walls as yet. What have I learned from this? I am not the professional. And sometimes we just have to seek counsel from the right people. Let's say for some reason at all, some of these basic fundamentals in terms of your preparation for marriage, was missing. And you are now having difficulties. You know what is good? There are professionals who can now help you. They are called counselors, marriage counselors. And so sometimes if the preparation wasn't good because the right example wasn't there, the right reference point was not there when you were growing up to make a good husband, to make the best wife, then you just need to find some of these counselors, some of these experts. And so while we are trying now to put the primer on in its best possible, remember the guy saying I need to put it on thick, because if it doesn't go on thick, then it would mean that I have to put 2 and 3 coats on the wall to get that final product. So sometimes when you are at that stage in your marriage where it's challenging and you are having all these issues, it may just be necessary for you to get hold of a counselor, because it means that there was something that was not right, or something went wrong somewhere and you now need to get back on track. What I can tell you though, in all your ways, acknowledge God and He would direct your path. So even if you are having some challenges right now in your marriages, in your career, whatever it is, just look back at the beginning. Get back to the place where it all started and see what the foundation was like. See if the necessary preparation was in place for the end product. Because remember, at the end of the Abundant Seed family, what do we want? We want to have a product of excellence. And this is exactly why this community was formed. This community was formed for us to get some real issues with real life situations that can tie in, so that we can find ourselves in a place where we can be better informed, we can be better educated, so we can now find out as we are at the rivers of waters bringing forth that fruit in its season. So Abundant Seed family, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was supposed to be a very short one, just to bring out some simple points in terms of preparation for life. And so for preparation for life, we need to have the foundation right. If we are gonna build a house, we have to ensure that the foundation is right. And so Abundant Seed family, if you are viewing us for the very first time and you find that this information is useful, what you can do for us is just like the video, subscribe as well. If and when you subscribe, anytime there is a new video being placed on the channel, you will be notified, and so you can get the information and now share with others as we continue to build this Abundant Seed community. So guys, I want to tell you thank you so much for tuning in today. May God continue to bless you and your families. I love you. I love you. I love you. Until we meet again. Bye-bye. Take care.